All right, hi guys. So in today's video, I want to go truly exploring with my Rolex Explorer, which of course I have with me here today. And I want to talk about how this watch has changed my perspective on watch collecting as a whole. So let's go for it. So how exactly did the Rolex Explorer change my opinion on watch collecting as a whole? And I think it's important that I take you back to when I first started looking at the Rolex Explorer as my ultimate grail piece. And like many of you, I viewed this watch as pretty much the ultimate gotta watch. It could go anywhere, it could do anything, it fits any attire. I thought it was just the pinnacle of watch collecting, and that once I purchased it, I would be absolutely done collecting. That'd be the end. I know, kind of a crazy thought, but that's what I thought at the time. And when I first was fortunate enough to receive a Rolex Explorer, I did really think that. I thought, hey, I kind of have no interest in any other pieces. I'm gonna wear this thing every day and that's the end of it. But of course, over time, you start looking around, you're on Instagram searching for watches, you're on eBay searching for watches, and all of a sudden you have an interest in many other pieces. And I started to wonder, did I get kind of a boring watch? Is this Rolex Explorer really nothing special? Sure, it's kind of, versatile for any occasion, but it's kind of boring, right? And I think in many ways, the Rolex Explorer is kind of meant to be boring. It's meant to be that staple watch in your collection that you can rely on, that you can go back to. It's not overly different, it's not overly colorful, but it's something you can truly rely on for every single day. And I think that in many ways, people also view the Omega Speedmaster, the original, black dial version, in that way as well, right? As a watch that is just sort of the focal point of your collection, the one that you wear the most. And that's sort of something that I started to realize over time for myself as well. The Explorer doesn't have to be exciting. It doesn't have to be colorful and fun. It just has to be reliable for every single occasion. So over time, I really started to embrace the Explorer as the watch that it's meant to be, the boring watch that allows me to build my collection out in kind of any way that I want. When you have a Rolex Explorer, or like I said, an Omega Speedmaster, for example, at the center of your collection, it allows you to really get a bunch of fun vintage pieces, fun colorful pieces, watches for any occasion. It is that sort of grounding piece that can let you build off in any single direction, because you have that, everyday sort of baseline piece at your disposal. One thing I love about the Rolex Explorer, and this may sound a bit corny, but I feel like it allows me to romanticize my life in a very fun and interesting way. I know this watch is of legendary status, it's been around the world, it's been on the wrist of people on the top of Mount Everest, but for me, it's with me for all my adventures, all my ups and downs, all my successes and failures, and I feel like there's something really cool about that. I don't know why an Explorer's watch has extra meaning in that regard, but it just feels like it can handle anything, including anything my life throws at it. So I know that sounds a little bit weird, and maybe you can say this about pretty much any watch, but that's one of the reasons why I absolutely love the Rolex Explorer. I think we all just build up our personal reasons for loving watches and being connected to them, and for me, this is one of those reasons. I've talked quite a bit about the Rolex Explorer on this channel, and I think that's really because this was my grail watch and a piece I'm so grateful to have to this day. But I think more than that, the reason why I talk about it is because it's a really great example of how we can go through stages with our watches. As I mentioned before, this watch was essentially my ultimate grail watch, a piece that I thought would fully satisfy me as a watch collector. But as we all know, that's not actually realistic. And over time, I lost some interest, kind of got a little bored with it, and started looking at other watches. But over time, slowly but surely, I gained a newfound appreciation for it, and to this day, it's the piece that I build my entire collection around. I think it just shows you how you can have ups and downs with watches. You can change your mind, you can kind of get bored of it, you can get excited by it, but as long as you kind of appreciate where the watch has been with you on all your journeys, you appreciate the design, what it represents, you're gonna always like it. To echo my words from earlier, the Rolex Explorer has for me become really that rock that I build my entire collection around, that allows me to take chances with the new purchases I make and to explore different types of watches. I mentioned the Omega Speedmaster earlier as well. I don't own that watch, but I view that watch kind of similarly, right? It's a piece that is basic in some ways, if I can say that, a watch that is just reliable in any occasion. It's just such a versatile and meaningful watch, and so I view the Explorer and the Speedmaster, and there's probably other watches like that out there in that way, of a foundational piece. And let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have that kind of rock in your collection, that piece you always go back to, that you always count on, the piece that you know is never going to leave your collection. I'd be very curious to see what those watches are. But that's pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed, I would really appreciate it if you can give this video a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.